Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Roman here with NFL Football Insight, and here's Game 6, Week 1 of the 2012-2013 NFL regular season between the St. Louis Rams at the Detroit Lions. We'll jump right on here with the St. Louis Rams with Sam Bradford. He's always been a good quarterback to me, in my opinion. He doesn't always make the greatest decisions in the NFL, but he's definitely one of the best players to watch in this game. He's going to be one of the big deciding factors for the Rams to keep this close or not, and Steven Jackson and Danny Amendola, their receivers. And they also have some other receivers. I don't really know the names off the top of my head, but I mean, if you have them, if you know the names of them, leave it down in the comments below. Now, the Lions, they have Matthew Stafford, Michaela Shower, and Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith and Michaela Shower are taking over for Javid Best while he's injured on that concussion still. He should be back by week 12 in the regular season. Now, also, their last and final guy, who's probably going to be the greatest NFL receiver of all time. This is only his third year in Megatron, also known as Calvin Johnson. The dude's a robot. I can't wait to tell you about him. Anyways, St. Louis Rams, Sam Bradford. He's going to do fairly well in this game. The Lions defense, I believe, will pummel him. But, I mean, Nadada McCong and all these people are just going to rush in and just take him out. I believe Sam Bradford will have a fairly decent game this game. He'll toss no touchdowns and he'll throw for 115 yards. I'm not saying that because I like the Lions. I just believe the Lions are a very good team, and they'll definitely beat a team like the Rams. Even though their new head coach, what's his name? Joe Fisher. I don't know, whatever. But I mean, and then the Lions, I believe their defense is just too good for the Rams to throw the ball, run the ball, anything. Now, we'll jump on board here with Steven Jackson, their running back of the St. Louis Rams. Steven Jackson will be their best player in this game. He's going to rush for, I believe, 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's the only reason the Rams win any games, I believe, and he's just a beast. I mean, he's always been a great NFL player. He's always been one of my favorite fantasy football players to draft. So if you have the chance to draft him if you'd like. He always gets a lot of points. He always has great games. Now, Danny Amendola, the biggest sleeper pick, I think, in any fantasy football draft this season, and definitely one of the receivers that's going to appear big this season with the St. Louis Rams. Danny Amendola, he won't have one of the greatest seasons, but he'll definitely have a good enough season to give him a head start on his NFL career. He's not a rookie. I believe this is his 3rd or 4th season, but I believe he'll do fairly well with Sam Bradford throwing the ball. He'll catch for maybe 90 yards, no touchdowns, but Steven Jackson will rush for 115 and 2 touchdowns. Those will be the only touchdowns that the Rams get against the Lions this game. Now, the Lions, I have so much to say about them. Matthew Stafford, Michaela Shower, Kevin Smith, Calvin Johnson, Tony Scheffler, Brandon Pettigrew, Titus Young, all these amazing players, Nadada McCong, all these players that they have on this team are just amazing. I forgot their coach's name. I'm sorry. I mean, if you have it, put it in the comments below. Remind me. I'm just too busy thinking about how awesome this team is and how great of a team this will be in 3 or 4 years. Now, Matthew Stafford out of Georgia, I believe 3 years ago. He was injured quite a bit, but then he came back last season, threw for 5,000 yards, which is insane after coming off an injury-plagued season last season, and just threw for 5,000 yards. I mean, not a lot of quarterbacks do that. I mean, and then you have Javid Best getting injured from California 2 or 3 years ago. That guy's a beast, but he's always injured as well. This team used to be injured like crazy. They used to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. Now they've become, in one season, one of my favorites to win the Super Bowl in 3 or 4 years. 3 or 4 years. Mark my words. I mean, they just have everything they have. I mean, their offensive line is obviously doing very well. Their defensive line, amazing. Their secondary, amazing. I mean, I can't really name superstar corners and defenders off the top of my head like crazy, like most other teams. But this team definitely has, the willpower to win playoff games, to go to the playoffs for consecutive years, and eventually win a Super Bowl in the end. But now, Michaela Shower and Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is quite old, I believe, and Michaela Shower, I believe, is a rookie. They're both very good running backs from what I've seen. Kevin Smith, he isn't better than Michaela Shower. I don't know who has the starting job exactly, but I believe I would put Michaela Shower first. Michaela Shower, I believe he's out of Illinois. He reminds me a lot of Javid Best, actually, just not as stocky. He's a lot skinnier running back. He's very versatile. He's like a younger Darren Sproles, or he's just like Darren Sproles. And then Kevin Smith, he's old, he's washed up. I don't believe he has it anymore, but he's definitely a third or fourth down guy to put in. He's a little bit bigger guy than Mikel Shower, but once Javid Best comes back, this team will be even better because the guy Javid Best has everything a new running back would ever want. He's got speed, he's got quickness, he's versatile, he hits his holes correctly. He's a great running back to watch. Now, the man of the hour, the man of this video, Madden 13 cover boy, Calvin Johnson, Megatron. There's no words to describe this guy. Calvin Johnson, number 81 of the Detroit Lions. This is only his third year, and he's already, just tearing things up in one season. It just amazes me. I mean, he was great the last 2 seasons he played, but this was his best season overall yet. I mean, the guy, he's just so amazing in the NFL, even after just one season, after Matthew Stafford didn't succeed very well these first 2 seasons. Now that Calvin Johnson is there and showing that he can do what he can, being one of the tallest in the NFL and the most aggressive NFL receiver I've ever seen play in my 16 years of living, I mean, this guy is just amazing. He's amazing to watch. If you've never seen him, you need to hurry your butt up, find videos of this guy, and watch him play. Look up a video specifically. Calvin Johnson catch versus Dallas Cowboys 2011. It was an amazing catch. He caught over 3 defenders and got the touchdown, planted his feet correctly and everything. The guy's a beast. I believe he will have the most receiving yards this season, and he will become one of the greatest NFL receivers to ever play in the NFL. Just as good as Jerry Rice. I believe he will be better than Jerry Rice if Matthew Stafford stays healthy and if he stays healthy. Now, the final score of this game, I have the Detroit Lions slaughtering the St. Louis Rams 40-10. 40 to 17, I'm sorry. 40 to 17. The Detroit Lions, I believe, are too much for the St. Louis Rams to handle, and the Detroit Lions are going to just wreck it. I mean, they're going all out this season, I believe, to make a push for that Super Bowl because they know they can get there. Sorry, my voice cracked, but he knows he can get there. I mean, the Detroit Lions have all the willpower in the world. They have all the weapons, all the keys they need to win a Super Bowl and become a championship team. Work a little bit more on their defense, and they'll definitely be probably in a few years one of the best teams to ever play in the NFL. I mean, it may sound like I'm hyping them, but it's completely true. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video, favorite the video, comment the video, give me some feedback, tell me what I need to fix, tell me what I don't need to fix, and tell what your opinion is on who is going to win this game between the St. Louis Rams and the Detroit Lions. This is Roman here with NFL Football Insight. I hope you all enjoyed. Goodbye.